Hi and welcome to another how to make a card video with me, Emily Hessler. Today I'm gonna do a birthday card with this adorable stamp set from Fawn. It says Hippo Birdie, and I've been longing for this stamp set so long, and it's been sold out for a while here in Sweden. So when I got my hands on them, I had to do a card on it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you probably have seen me do one already. But I decided, since I think this stamp set is so adorable, that I was going to do one more, and this time on camera. So that's what I'm going to do today. It's gonna be a shaker card, and as you saw me do earlier here, I cut down some lavender paper. I think that's one's from Panduro. I had it in my stash for a long time, so I don't really know. And then I cut down a piece of fun foam, and here you can see me taping it down on the back side of that lavender paper. Then I'm taking this cloud dice from Long Fawn. This set is called Spring Showers, and it's so cute. Off camera I'm going to run that through my Big Shot, and this is gonna create a couple of windows for us to put some sequins in later. And here you can see the result after I die cut it. And why I die cutted both the paper and the fun foam at the same time is because I want those gaps to be exactly where the gaps on the lavender paper is. And in a minute you will see me take those small clouds out, and I'm gonna take a scissor to make an even bigger hole there. And the reason why I'm not just cutting down a big frame for this is because I want all my sequins to be exactly behind those, so that I will shake separately, and you will see it in the end what I mean. But before I show you how I cut those holes behind those clouds bigger, I'm gonna start off by stamping down the images for this card. And to do that, I'm gonna use Memento Tuxedo Black, and as you can see, I'm gonna start off with this adorable hippo. And the cardstock I'm pressing this down to is a Nina Classic, and it's ultra smooth, and it's especially good for when you use alcohol markers, and I'm gonna use Spectrum Noir markers. So here you can see me take more of those cute images and doing the same thing, stamping it in out with Memento Tuxedo Black, and I'm gonna speed this process up for you. Now I'm gonna start off by coloring in those images, and I'm gonna start off with this hippo. And as always, I'm no expert at coloring in at all. I'm just doing this so he has some color on, and I'm gonna speed this process up. One thing I can mention is that I'm carefully around the edges. Even though this is a good paper and I love my Spectrum Noir markers, I'm carefully so this doesn't bleed out, because I'm gonna use the coordinating dies to cut this out. I'm not gonna fussy cut these ones. So now I'm gonna speed this process up, and I hope you enjoy this coloring, and I'm gonna turn up the music. And here you can see that I already took my scissor and cutted that fun foam to have slightly bigger openings than the clouds in the lilac cardstock. And here you can see me take some double-sided adhesive tape and running that along all the sides on the fun foam. And you can see here that I'm doing that carefully around all those holes that we created. And after that I'm taking off all those release papers on the back side. I'm also taking some glue and running that along some of the parts of that fun foam. Then I'm taking that lilac cardstock and just holding that on top of the fun foam, so I'm making sure that I'm placing that down on the right spot. Then I'm taking some sequins in this pretty color. I love this color. And I'm also gonna take some silver stars and put inside those small gaps. So when I put all those sequins inside of those gaps, I'm gonna take this piece of transparency, and I don't know exactly what it's called in English, but in Swedish it's called film. And I know this is the stuff that teachers had before they could make like PowerPoints and stuff, and I think this is great for this. And as you can see, I'm taking some double-sided tape and running that along one of the sides. Then I'm gonna take that same tape and run it along the top portion of that fun foam. And I'm doing that just because I don't want it to show through when I'm placing that transparency down on top of the fun foam. I don't want it to be seen through those clouds in the lilac cardstock. And here you can see me place that transparency down on top of the fun foam. And then I'm gonna take another layer of this double-sided tape and run that along all the sides of that, both the transparency and the fun foam. And then I'm gonna carefully place down our front panel, this lilac paper, and then you can see the results. And here you can see me pointing at two of the edges on this card, and that's because I'm gonna trim those down so this get a more symmetric look. And here you can see all those small pieces that we die cutted and colored in earlier. And here I'm wrapping around some silver twine around the body of the hippo, and I'm doing that because I want this to look like the balloons are carrying the hippo up towards the clouds. And in a moment I'm gonna play around with the balloons and making sure that it looks like these balloons are carrying him up. To keep the twine in place, I'm just using some low-tack tape. And here you can see me playing around with the position of all the balloons. And when I'm pleased with the placement of those, I'm gonna use some adhesive on the back side of them, and then I'm gonna press them down on top of our card front. To some of the balloons, I'm gonna use a foam dot behind some of them, just to give them some dimension and give the effect of actually flying balloons. And you will see it here in a minute. I'm gonna do it with two of the balloons. As you can see, I also taking some foam squares and putting those behind the hippo image, and then I'm gonna press down the hippo on top of the card front, and then I'm gonna slide in those two last balloons with the foam squares behind them. So here you can see the result of that image. I'm also putting on a little party hat. And now I'm playing around with that cute little bird, and I have not decided exactly where I want him to go, but you will see it here in a minute what I'm deciding to do with him. I'm also taking some foam squares and putting behind that little guy so he gets some dimension. And I'm cutting down a half of a foam square and putting that behind the party hat. And here you can see me take out the sentiment from this stamp set, and it says Hippo Birdie to you. And I'm gonna stamp that down with my VersaFine Onyx Black. And to do that, I'm inking up just the first part of this sentiment, Hippo Birdie, and then I'm pressing that down on top of the card front. And then you will see me clean my stamp and re-inking the last part of this sentiment to you, and pressing that down underneath that Hippo Birdie. You will see it here. And here I'm playing around with the placement of those two words. And then I'm deciding to center that. And then I clean off that stamp too. And now I'm taking off the release paper from this little bird. And you can see here that I decided to place him over the sentiment. So here we have the finished shaker card. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, don't forget to give this card a thumb up. If you want to see more of my work, you can always subscribe to my channel here at YouTube or visit me at Instagram. My name is Scrapbooking_Sve. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!